Hey everyone, it's Jonathan back again with the four-step launch process of the Rippln rollout model. And I want to share this just so everybody has a clear understanding of exactly which phase we're in Rippln right now that will allow you to know what to do as we move forward, but also what to expect. Now, originally, Rippln was planning on being in a beta from the beginning of the launch of the Rippln invite system, which took place April 12th in Dallas, all the way till October, where we unveiled the full Rippln ecosystem. Now, there's been some very exciting updates that happened in the last 36 days. Pretty much, the Ripple reaching 600,000 people in 36 days, breaking every record that's ever existed in this industry for a pre-launch, and growing faster than most of the largest technology companies in the world when they came out of the gate, has caused us to really make some pivots and iterations to our model. And as I go through and explain this four-step process, I think you're going to understand and see just how exciting this is and just how fortunate we really are to have such an incredible team behind Rippln that's able to compress time frames and move so quickly to market adaptations and changes. So the first phase that we're in right now is what's called eyeball acquisition. And really the purpose of rolling out the Rippln invite system and rolling out the Ripple prior to us really turning on monetization and commerce was because we wanted to build eyeballs. We wanted to build the audience and acquire the eyeballs. And this is an incredibly important time in any company's history. In fact, if you look at Facebook, for example, Facebook was worth $25 billion in 2005 or 2006 prior to them ever making a dime. They had not made a dime, yet they were worth $25 billion. Well, how is that possible? And it's possible because they acquired the eyeballs. It's possible because Facebook built the audience, and all of the business analysts knew that once you build an audience of that size, it's only a matter of time before you turn on monetization. And there's so many ways to monetize that they knew the value of this company once they start to monetize, is going to be absolutely enormous. And of course, that's turned out to be the case. We now know Facebook is worth close to $100 billion. They make, I think they did $6 billion or something in sales last year. They'll probably be cracking $10 billion annually within the next 12 or 24 months. So, this is the strategy that the smartest and largest technology companies in the world use today. And so we wanted to give you the chance to begin building your own buzz and to really begin building your own Ripple prior to us turning on the transaction and web commerce models. Now, what that means is, even though we're currently in the beta stage of Rippln, we're in the eyeball acquisition phase where we're not even monetizing right now, there's a value to every single person that you refer to the Ripple. Just like Facebook was worth $25 billion before they made a dime, there's a value to every person that you refer to the Ripple, because over the next upcoming 30 to 60 days, we're going to begin to turn on those monetization strategies. And once we do that, commerce will start flowing through your Ripple, and you now have the chance to get paid and earn money from all of the activity happening in your Ripple. So the more focused we are now, and the more we work right now to really prepare to grow our Ripple and prepare for commerce happening, the larger our check is going to be the day we actually activate commerce. Now, from the buzz building phase, we were anticipating heading straight into the transaction model. And in our original plans, we were going to be in the transaction model from the beginning of June to the beginning of October. And that was really going to be our beta period where we were going to introduce our first app and really just beta the concept for a period of about 3 to 4 months. And then once we reached October, Rippln would really unveil the ecosystem of apps as well as mobile and web commerce, hard good products flowing through the Ripple, like we've already talked about in previous videos. Yet, we decided to really take a hard look at everything after the last 30 days. And when we saw the type of activity that was taking place in the market, when we saw that we were literally growing faster than the largest technology companies in the world when they came out of the gate, we really decided to compress our time frames and come to market with both the transaction model and the mobile web commerce model integrated. And that's why we decided, hey, that's worth pushing back an extra couple weeks to launch to really have so much more of a robust ecosystem at our fingertips. And so now we're literally going to come to market with products, hard good products that we'll be able to move through the Ripple. So the daily deals and the weekly offers, sort of like an incentivized Groupon, incentivized Amazon, like I talked about in the last video. Plus, we'll be introducing our first apps shortly after that, and now we can really engage mobile distribution and engage people to grow mobily. We will continue to beta this concept, however. I think it's important that everyone understands that Rippln is in beta until October. There's been an incredible amount of demands and expectations in the marketplace, and it's always surprising, even though I know people are like this, it's surprising to see how much mismanaged or really just not accurate expectations people really have. And I think our opportunity here is to really educate people that this is a 36-day young conversation. We've come out of the gates growing faster than almost any company that's ever launched in this space. We certainly have in our space, and even almost in the biggest technology sites in the world space. The expectations people have of all the information and all this, all that, right away, just simply aren't matched to reality. This is a 6-month conversation. We will be in a 6-month beta period. The value of being involved in Rippln beta is that you are the first to grow your Ripple. You are the first movers advantage. You are the market creators by being in this conversation right now. You can introduce the Ripple prior to anyone else because you're first, and that's the value of it. That's why it's so fun to be a part of beta. But being part of beta also understands that things are changed, things will change, and things will take more time, and models will be perfected and changed and tweaked and iterated. It's all part of us really coming up with the perfect product and the perfect platform and the perfect message and the perfect marketing, and meeting all the needs of the marketplace, finding out what questions aren't being answered, answering those questions, taking feedback from everyone, changing our model, synthesizing the feedback to meet the demands and meet the questions that exist in the marketplace. And that really is a 6-month process. So as we move through this beta period, it's important that everyone really shows up as a leader of this movement, as a visionary for this movement. You know where we're going, you see where we're going, and you hold the vision as we introduce each of these first products and as we continue to perfect them and tweak them and iterate them. That's what's going to lead to all of us building the biggest ripples. That's what's going to lead to all of us making the biggest impact. That's what's going to lead to all of us creating the biggest checks and really, really, really monetizing our value that we bring to the world in executing on this movement, this mission, this vision of rebuilding the social graph on top of a platform that actually rewards us for it. And that's what we're up to here, nothing less than that. And the opportunity is truthfully one of the largest ones I believe any of us will get the chance to participate in our lifetime. And the fourth phase that we've talked about briefly is consumers becoming creators. And this is one of the most exciting phases of the Rippln rollout strategy, because we see a Ripple built by the people and for the people. And what this means is that as you reach certain levels of the Ripple and you qualify as a leader inside the Ripple, we're actually going to let people create their own content and products to move and push through their own Ripple. So think of it again almost as Amazon's marketplace, where Amazon built the distribution model and now they let people create books, and they let people monetize and distribute their content through Amazon, and their content gets distribution through the platform, and people are creating results and incomes and value for their lives by leveraging Amazon's distribution channel. Well, Rippln really is going to take that to the next level by letting you build your own Ripple and you monetize your own Ripple with your own content or your own products that you submit to Rippln and have the chance to push through the Ripple. So this is a really exciting phase of Rippln's future that I believe is going to empower the people even more and add even more value to this tremendous strategy. And the last thing I want to say is that all of these models are so adaptable, meaning one of the most exciting things about Rippln is our ability to stay current and stay on the cutting edge of technology. Whereas most companies that are pigeonholed to any one area of technology, if you're not adapting, if you're not innovating, if you're not evolving constantly, well, then you instantly become old news and an old conversation. However, look at the platforms, right? Google and Facebook and YouTube, I mean, sure, they've made lots of changes, but the fundamentals of those platforms haven't really changed. They still do the same function, right? Connect a searcher to content, connect a viewer to videos, connect a person to other people. That's the nature of those platforms. And since Rippln is a platform, the first platform that incentivizes sharing of any products, websites, apps, hard good commerce, we're able to stay current with whatever the future technologies that come to market are. So as the hottest new apps come to market, guess what? Plug them into Rippln. As the hottest new products come to market, guess what? Plug them into Rippln. As the hottest new websites and services come to market, guess what? Plug them into Rippln. Our platform gives us the ability to connect with all of these different technologies and products in a way that nobody else has ever had the ability to move so versatile and so agile. And you have the chance to get paid on all of it by building a Ripple one time. And whatever the value is that flows through that Ripple, you can get paid for the rest of your life. So this is incredibly exciting. And if I was you, I'd be working as hard as I possibly could right now to make sure that my Ripple goes as viral as possible. And I really have the chance to come out of the gates with a multiple growth to my Ripple, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times growth within the first 30 days, and set yourself up for a massive, financial windfall here that could potentially set you up for the rest of your life. I know many people who view Rippln in that way right now and begin to take action aligned with that view are going to create those results, and I could not be more excited for all of us, and especially for you, to really experience that and really experience what it means, the possibility, the power of being a social entrepreneur in the times that we are now living in, because there's never been more potential. And my friends, we are smack dab in the middle of all of it. Stay tuned for the next video where we will talk about how to grow and duplicate your Ripple.